please go and subscribe to my channel and follow me on Facebook and Instagram as well. So folks, today we're going to do something very, very exciting. I have an expert on the show like I promised you last time. I am speaking to somebody who's on the global board of Kidzania. She is the brain behind the creation of ActiveVis Kids on Tata Sky. She's been an educator in early education for over 33 years, an active blogger, writer, and I could go on. She is a very, very dear friend, my personal mentor, and somebody who has further fueled this passion of early childhood and working with children in me. I present to you the president of the Early Childhood Association, Dr. Swati Popat-Vats.
Hello. And she forgot to tell you something. I'm a huge fan of hers.
Oh, but thank you so much for
Most
coming
welcome.
on to Get Set Parents.
Thank you for having me.
And you know, we have parents who have so many questions on various topics. And one of the topics which constantly comes about is dealing with various emotions and outbursts of children. And I couldn't think of anybody better than somebody who's dealt with you know, children for the last 33 years, exactly this 0 to 5 or 0 to 8 age group of children. So one of the very frequent questions that parents have is about tantrums, right? So why do kids throw tantrums in the first place? And you know, they can be violent tantrums, meltdowns. Why does it happen, Dr. Swati?
So see, tantrums are a form of showing your emotions. When a child grows up, especially at the age of 2, a child realizes something called self-identity. Okay. So it is an emotional process that happens, which not many parents and not many teachers are aware about.
All right.
You know, we say terrible twos.
Yeah.
Why do we call them the terrible twos? Because that's the time where the maximum clashes between parents and children happen. Why? Right. Because till the age of 2, I was listening to everything you said, you were doing things for me. Now suddenly at the age of 2, I will button my clothes, I will tie my shoelaces.
I want to do this.
Because self-identity as a concept emerges in children at that time, and they understand that I am different from my parent. I have a separate identity. So now starts the tussle of taking over that identity. But a parent knows you won't be able to tie your shoelaces. So let me do it for you. And that's where the tussle happens. So it's very important when a child is going through this tantrum of I will. It's important for parents to say, okay, you will, I will do half and then you will do half. I will do this much, then you will do this much. When you support children in their demands, which are okay, I mean, he's not demanding the moon, she's not demanding the moon. If you support them in this, then the children don't go into a tantrum or a meltdown. Okay. But more often, if you keep pushing my needs and keep telling me, no, not like this, like this, no, not like this. So there is a limit that about the number of no's that I can take, and then I break down and I get frustrated, and the only way I as a child know how to show frustration is screaming and yelling and throwing myself on the floor.
But what about when you go shopping? You see crazy things happening on the you know, on the aisles of supermarket. Children want the chocolates, and there's a lot of, you know, no, you can't have it, and no, I want this, and that's a tantrum.
So, you know, again, I tell parents, prepare your child. Prepare your child when you are taking them outside by telling them that, look, we are going to the mall and you're allowed to pick up only 2 things. Mummy is also allowed to pick up only 2 things. So, when the child asks you for the chocolate, you have to remind the child again, 2 things, remember? So, do you want chocolate to be one of them?
Expectation setting.
Yes. So it's very important that if you know that your child has this tendency, and you know, we are the most embarrassed in a mall, and the child knows that.
They
can
manipulate.
I can manipulate. So it's very important when you go for a party or when you're going in any social gathering, make your rules very clear.
Before leaving home.
Yes, before leaving home, and remind them when they are breaking them.
Right.
Remember we agreed?
Yeah. So, agreed, we do all this, but still there is a tantrum.
What to do?
In process. What should you do? Because in India there's a variety of things. There is
people will look at you.
Yeah, there is a traditional spanking and I will lock you, and now we know the American timeout concept and all of that. what should you do when, you know, parents are in the middle of that meltdown? What do you
So you
recommend?
are in a mall and your child has thrown himself on the floor.
You're embarrassed. Everybody's
Number
looking.
one is don't walk away. That's the
Okay.
biggest mistake that you can do.
Okay.
Parents से मैं तो जा रही हूँ, तेरे को जो करना है कर.
हाँ.
Oh my God, you added to my whole emotional turmoil. That when I need you the most, you are
abandoned
leaving
me.
me. Now I can't express all this, right?
Yeah.
So I start crying more. I start, having that more of a meltdown. So the most important thing which I tell parents, if your child has thrown himself or herself on the floor, stand there. Stand there and say, I will talk to you after you calm down. So it tells the child, I am there. And usually when parents have tried this, it takes half a minute for the child to calm down.
Okay.
And then the child comes to you and says, मेरे को ना वो चाहिए था. So, okay, now have you calmed down?
Yeah.
Now will you talk nicely?
Yeah.
Then I will listen to you. So, it's a stage that you are helping a child go through.
Okay.
Never make the mistake of walking away.
All right.
Don't ever do that to anybody that you love.
And apart from expectation setting, can parents do anything else to avoid reaching
You know what? Tantrums are something that
is their birthright?
it's not actually a birthright, and yes, you can consider it their birthright, but it's all about how you handled the first tantrum. And so if you did not handle the first tantrum properly, now the child knows the only way to get her attention
Yeah.
is by throwing a tantrum,
Yeah.
because she always gives me attention when I throw a tantrum.
Right.
So I've noticed, have you noticed a child will do this, mummy, 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 and you don't pay attention to
Yeah.
them. And then comes that chin hold, and they
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
mummy.
yeah.
And you know that the child is going to throw a tantrum. So it's very important respect, the Pickler method.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would tell parents, follow the Pickler method when it comes to when you want to discipline your child. Don't try to discipline everything in your
Everything,
child.
yeah. Pick your battles,
Look at
yeah.
look at
Yeah.
the battles. थोड़ी चीज जाने दो, होता है. But most importantly, when we talk about respect is, don't ever, 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 ever hit your child
Yeah.
or lock your child in the bathroom or threaten your child. I've seen it happen so many times. देखो वो वॉचमैन है ना, वो तुमको लेके जाएगा. How? Tell me, how are you calming me? You're actually making me more emotional.
Yes.
But parents lose that. I don't blame them, because you are in a
Parents have reached their
that limit.
endpoint. They don't know what
Yeah,
to do.
exactly. Because every day you feel, now today will be a better day. Today will be a better day, and the child comes out with something else
Yeah.
to throw at you.
No, it is hard. It is hard being a parent, especially
no.
in the toddler years and
Yes,
the younger
absolutely.
years. But hitting is just going to create
Nah,
a negative cycle.
It
is
creates,
gonna
you know
achieve
what,
nothing.
it actually makes your child more stubborn, obstinate.
Yeah.
So I would really urge, it's very easy, it's the easiest way out. Tell me parents, when you hit, after 5 minutes, what do you feel? You feel guilt. And then what do? You go and hug your child and you say, मालूम है माँ मम्मी ने मारा ना, लेकिन वो तुम्हारे अच्छे के लिए
You
मारा.
overcompensate.
Yeah, you overcompensate. it's अभी chocolate लेके दूंगी. But you have to also remember that if you're going to do this, you are teaching a child that hitting is okay. And this child is going to grow up always using violence as a way out, because you taught it to this child. So it may sound very simple, but it has long-term consequences.
And I think parents, we should also keep in mind these early experiences also, they grow into understanding that violence is okay between relationships.
Absolutely.
There are movies being brought out
Absolutely.
today. Thappad is a movie which is coming out.
Absolutely.
That it is not okay, right?
It is not okay. It is not okay.
So,
also, very important is that threatening.
Yeah.
When you threaten a child, you are opening up your child for child abuse, because
Yes.
the predators always use threatening on your child. Mummy ko bolna mat. So if I don't understand a threat, I won't fall prey to them. No.
Yeah.
So somewhere unknowingly, we are the ones who are actually instilling threat, fear, everything into a child.
Right.
So it's very important for us to stay away from that.
A second issue which I wanted to talk about is, how do children deal with conflict between parents at home? So, again, there is real life, there is theory, and our parents, working parents, go through a lot of stuff, in the morning, they're tired, in the evening, and there are situations where there are these nasty battles happening at home and a child is witnessing it.
Yes.
Does it come out in the classroom? Does it affect a child's performance? What happens in the class when a child comes home in the morning after witnessing parents fight?
So we've seen a lot of children replay the whole thing in the doll's corner, okay, with a doll or with a friend. We've seen it come out in their art. We've seen them come and quietly confide it to the teacher. आज मालूम है मेरे डैडी मम्मी ने झगड़ा किया.
Oh my God.
So it comes out like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
and so we have also trained staff members not to probe them further.
Yeah.
But if we find that the child is upset or anything about it, then of course parents. But I don't think there's any harm in parents fighting in front of a child. As long as you don't cross a boundary of civility, and after the fight, it's important to tell the child it's okay. What you saw
Yeah.
is mummy and daddy having a conflict.
Yeah.
मम्मी एंड डैडी डिसएग्री कर रहे थे,
Yes.
तो इट इज ओके. देखा आपने, हमने गाली नहीं बोली, हमने मारामारी नहीं की, हमने अपना जो प्रॉब्लम था उसको सुलझाया.
Conflict resolution is a life skill, and
Absolutely.
children have to know that a fight doesn't
Absolutely.
mean you don't talk to your friend anymore.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
So in fact, use it as an opportunity to tell your child. So because you know what happens during fights, we lose complete control.
Yeah.
We go on the family, we go
Yeah.
on everything, on
Yeah.
path. So you will have to have a little consciousness
Yeah.
during a fight if you want to do it in front of your child.
Right.
Otherwise, never fight in front of your child. If you feel that you're going to lose complete control
Yeah.
in front of your
Okay.
child. But I always tell parents, it's okay if your child has witnessed you arguing with your spouse. It helps them understand that good relationships go through conflicts.
Correct, correct. And they're resilient, and you come out
And you
of
can
it at the end
resolve
of it.
conflicts.
Absolutely.
It's always okay to resolve conflicts.
Yeah, that's important.
Absolutely.
Another issue that parents typically face, it's again, you know, it has two sides. One is disobedience, right? So in school, parents, teachers say, oh, this child is very
So obedient.
and is, leading the class, but suddenly at home,
किसी
how
का नहीं
is this?
सुनता है.
Yeah, how is this? Why does it happen? Why is this, parent two-facedness of a child? Is it that, a child is more comfortable at home and that's why he's showing true colors kind of
I
thing?
think what teachers are trained is in being firm and consistent. Somewhere parents also need to follow firmness and consistency.
Yeah.
That this is a rule and it needs to be done.
Okay.
Also respect, I come back to it.
Yeah.
As a teacher, you are trained to respect a child. You won't speak anyhow to a
Yeah.
child. Then you are a bad teacher. But a parent somewhere feels I'm talking to a child, my own child, why should there be a sense of respect? And
Very
children
valid.
are very sensitive to respect. That's
So
what
sense of ownership.
Yeah. So we
very
say,
oppressive
"Hey,
ownership on the
pani leke
children."
aana."
Haan.
You understood that?
Haan.
Now, if you're going to talk to a child like that, who's now used in school, about the teacher saying, "Dear Ari, can you please get me a glass
There's
of
manners
water?"
week and we're
You
celebrating
understood?
with manners
Yeah.
and then-
So this child is not going to say, "Nahi launga," because
Yeah.
at that time, what has hurt the child is that you didn't speak to me the way I wanted to be spoken
Right,
to.
right.
So
right.
disobedience, it's a very large picture.
Yeah.
Overall, children should obey their parents,
Yeah, yeah.
but parents also should respect.
And also, doing a task because your parents tell you to cannot result in a reward every time, right?
Not at all.
Because
Stop rewarding children all the time. That's what I say. I tell teachers also. ये star draw करना, ये करना, वो करना. What is it?
Yeah.
I mean, I wrote. So I wrote something for learning, right?
No, and
That should be
I
my
remember
goal.
We used to be happy if the teacher just smiled or said nice handwriting. That was it.
Yeah, exactly. So the best of education systems in the world, which are doing well right
Yeah.
now, whether it's Finland or whichever,
Yeah,
they don't use these kind of external reinforcements.
All right.
Because it should not be about, so if you see the PISA
Yeah,
exam,
yeah.
it's all about collaborative learning, right? And then it is not about achieving a goal, it is how you went and achieved that goal.
Okay.
So that becomes very
Yeah,
important.
yeah. So parents should be dissuaded from sort of dangling that carrot.
Materialistic candidate.
If you do this, then you will get that kind of
You know,
thing.
and it's most dangerous at a very young age when the child is going for an injection or a vaccine, and you say, "अगर आप ये vaccine
Ice cream,
लोगे,
yeah?
तो मैं आपको ice cream
Yeah,
दूंगी." You
that's
know what
a
you did?
popular
No,
trap.
but do you know what you did? At the time of an injection, I'm going through an emotional upheaval. I'm scared.
Yeah.
Now, instead of saying, मैं तुम्हारे साथ हूँ, मैं तुम्हारा हाथ पकड़ूंगी,
हाँ.
थोड़ा दर्द होगा, right?
हाँ.
You gave me emotional support.
Yeah.
So now I know that every time I'm afraid or scared, I should go to mummy or daddy.
Right.
They will give me emotional support.
Yeah.
You didn't do that. You said, I'll give you ice cream. So you've taught me now that when I'm emotionally upset, I must search for a materialistic thing. So as I grow up, I'll go on drugs, cigarettes, because you taught me in childhood.
You're looking for something else to distract you.
You have to grow the strength from inside.
Yeah.
My emotions have to come from inside.
right.
My sense of pride has to come from inside.
Yeah.
Just because I did not get that certificate, now I'm feeling sad. But did I do well? Did I get the sense of pride and achievement? It's the biggest gift a parent can give a child.
Right. So thank you so much, Dr.
Most
Swati.
welcome.
Parents, really this seems to be the tip of the iceberg as far as dealing with emotions and what your child is going through. But do empathize and understand that child is that big and is still going through learning about himself or herself, about you, about your expectations, about the world around. And like I say, stay calm and keep parenting. So we'll see you soon on another episode. Subscribe to Get Set Parent with Pallavi and stay tuned.